Welcome to yet another video of Fragrance Gem, guys, and today we're gonna talk about Olga perfumes. Now, I've got these fragrances for a few weeks now and I've been testing them. Let me tell you how exactly these are. Before we move on with the video, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, just click on the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell icon so that you can get notified whenever I post a video. So I've been testing these fragrances out from a few weeks now, and these are the three fragrances I have. Nashwa, this is Sauvage, and this is Hungry Water Code. So let's go ahead with this one first, because this is something that I love the most in this entire list. So this is Sauvage, and this is no brainer. It's an alternative of Dior Sauvage. Now there are a lot of alternatives of Dior Sauvage in the market right now, and some are good, some are bad, some are like just surviving. I don't know how, but then people are loving them. But then it doesn't actually matter. It totally depends on what exactly is your choice, because some people prefer specific brand, and even for the alternatives they are gonna choose the specific brands. But then the price also matters. Now the approximate price of Dior Sauvage in India is up to, let's say, 10 to 12,000 rupees. So there is no point of buying an alternative for 5 to 6,000. And mind me, there are a few alternative houses that are selling alternatives of, let's say, Sauvage, Creed, Aventus, and whatever it is for 5-6,000 rupees. So it doesn't make any sense, because the whole point of getting an alternative is to saving money. Alright, so I've talked and sniffed a lot of Sauvage alternatives, and this is no doubt one of them. But then there is something that makes this one a little bit different from all the other alternatives. I'll tell you what. So first of all, let me show you the presentation. So this is how the bottle looks like. The gradient is very similar to the Sauvage bottle. The cap is not. So that is a good thing, because copying the entire bottle sometimes makes it weird. So the sprayer is decent. It will spray a decent amount of mist. So what they did is an amazing job, and that is what I've noticed so far. I'm not sure about the brand if they have actually did it, but then this is what I've noticed. And I've noticed that they have done some kind of fusion in the existing DNA. So generally Dior Sauvage is this spicy and dry kind of perfume. It has this spicy vibes to it, which actually makes it a pretty much masculine fragrance, and that is the most prominent thing about Dior Sauvage. The peppery vibes, and you get it. I mean, if you have sniffed Sauvage, or if you have sniffed any of the alternatives, you'll know what I'm trying to say. So original Dior Sauvage is extremely peppery, extremely spicy, and of course beast mode stuff. But then what they did here is that they added some minty notes to it. So it has Dior Sauvage alternative, but then some added minty vibes. I'm not saying that they have officially added this, but then this is what I feel. This is what my nose picks up, and that is how I'm saying this. Now I'm just going with what my nose can detect here, and my nose can detect Dior Sauvage alternative done in an extremely smooth manner, and plus the minty notes. So this is what I noticed so far. The longevity, the performance, the CR, the scent profile, everything is top notch. So this gives me around 6 to 7 hours of longevity and more than 8 hours on my clothes, because this is what I've noticed, that it performs better on clothes. So Sauvage is good if you're looking for a Dior Sauvage alternative done in a little bit tricky way, but in a positive manner. Next one in the line is Nashwa, and this is how the bottle looks like. Now this is again good if you are looking for something unique, pretty unique, because this is an alternative of Baccarat Rouge 540. And yes, this is done in an amazing manner. Now there are a lot of Baccarat Rouge 540 alternatives in the market right now. So how this one is different? So the main difference here is that this can be said as BR 540 plus a lot of sweet notes. So the sweet notes here are extremely good, and that burnt sugar vibes that you get from the original one and from all the alternatives is toned down here. So you don't get that something burning from your perfume kind of vibe, and that thing was something that I hated the most. The only alternative of Baccarat Rouge 540 that actually had this extra sweet notes with very less or almost no burnt sugar vibes was Instant Crush by Mancera, and that is the reason I loved that one. Apart from that, whatever alternative that I've tested were having this weird burnt sugar vibe. Yes, the original Baccarat Rouge 540 had this burnt sugar vibe. The alternative houses tried to overdo it, and that is what made it worst. So I will say this is gonna remind you of Baccarat Rouge 540, and it is more inclined towards Instant Crush by Mancera, because again, Instant Crush is somewhere the alternative of Baccarat Rouge 540, and that is an extremely sweet fragrance. This is an extremely sweet fragrance, but then done in an amazing manner. Now the problem with Instant Crush is that it is available for around 7,000 to 8,000. This is available for very less. So that is how Nashwa is a good alternative of Baccarat Rouge 540, but in a budget. There was no issue with the longevity and performance, because like I've said, they are performing good 6 to 7 hours on my skin and more than 10 hours on my clothes. But this one is a little bit subjective, because people who are into, let's say, masculine, oudi and spicy notes may not prefer this one. And I'm not saying specifically this one, I'm saying the entire Baccarat Rouge clone thing. So you need to give it a try and you can test this one out. This is a unisex fragrance. Let's say if we are talking about this, not specifically this, the entire DNA is based on men, because this is a masculine fragrance. And in the same way, this is a little bit on a feminine side, but then doesn't matter, because even I love wearing this one. The entire DNA, the sweet notes and all that thing. If you are into this kind of DNA, you are gonna love this. Last one from this list is St. Peter's Hungry Water Code. Little bit lengthy name, but then it's catchy. Now this by far is not an alternative of anything, because I've tested this one and so far I could not relate it to any other fragrance. But I'll still give you a small example. I'll still compare this one with something that I've noticed. I'm not saying that this is entirely related to it, but then this is just to give you an idea, because you cannot compare anything just based on my words, or let's say on any reviewer's words. So you'll need to get an example. So the example that I can give you is, just imagine Dracar Noir mixed with Dior Sauvage Elixir. If you're buying this one, you can expect the DNA of any kind of barbershop scent. So you can say that the genre here is barbershop. You can imagine fragrances like Dracar Noir, Dior Sauvage Elixir, Azzaro Pour Homme, Hermes Tuscany, and fragrances like these. So this is how the scent profile is. The performance is good as usual, but then I feel that the performance here is a little bit lower as compared to the other two. But that's fine, because this is kind of winter scent, and if you're using this in winters, it'll perform better. So people who are into barbershop genre, you can give this one a try. The performance is again good, 6 to 7 hours, and it'll perform better on your clothes. Best for office wear, because it is a safe DNA. Any kind of barbershop fragrance is a safe DNA, because you cannot go wrong with that one. And that is how this one is. It's a good one, and it comes in 100 ml bottle, I think. Yeah, I think it's 100 ml. So yeah, this is overall a good one, and people who are into barbershop fragrances, you can give this one a try. An amazing one. So yeah, this is it regarding Olga perfumes, guys. If you want to purchase something from them, I'll mention the links in description for their website and Instagram and everything. I'll try to cover more fragrances from them in future. In the meantime, see you and take care.